Welcome back to a brand new video. TBF Gaming jumping once again into the Infected. One of my favorite survival games got an update on Christmas Day. They updated the beta branch of their game. I will tell you later in the video on how to get to that beta branch if you're not sure. It's pretty simple, but I'll definitely explain it here in just a couple minutes in the video. We're going to go quickly over the patch notes, kind of just look at a couple of the new devices that were added to the game and kind of see what it's all looking like. So I'm very excited about this one. Version 24 of the Infected. Let's jump over to the patch notes. All right, you can check out these patch notes over on Steam. Let's go through them really quick. Version 24 beta branch update. There are some really good things in here. There are instructions right here as well on how to access the beta branch. Makes it super simple. We'll show it later on just in case you're not 100% sure. So some big additions. One is the lore added. Some new POIs and lore notes or environmental storytelling. Can't wait to kind of check that out. New settings and options. Toggle to hide POI map icons. Toggle to disable loot respawns. New items and furniture. So we've got the melon crate, which is huge. So now there's a place to put the melons. We've got the clay mixer and advanced clay mixer. So instead of like it used to be where you would make clay on the workbench, you now have to have that clay mixer to make the clay. So adding some more functionality and some more devices into the game. Some new candle-based lights like the candle lamp, the candle wall lamp, and the candle ceiling lamp. That's going to be awesome. Then we've got new furniture, the bar counters, both short and long versions. We've got some utility additions, movable ladder, which is huge. We've been asking for that in the community for a long time. A movable ladder so you can get up to some of those higher spots when you're building things. You guys saw some of the trouble we had in the past trying to build things. The ATV location can now be purchased from the trader for 250 coins, very similar to what the ATV trailer was before, where you could go in and actually purchase that location. Hopefully they keep doing that where they add purchasable locations for those so you can find them a little bit quicker. Some of the big changes, clay crafting is removed from workbenches, like we said above with the clay mixer. Inventory now displays the month and the season. Mike now has 10 possible spawn locations. So the days of us knowing that he was only in 1 or 2 possible spots, I think it was 3 total, that's increased up to 10. So it's going to be a little bit more RNG on where Mike is going to be in the map. So that's awesome change. Plastic max stack. That one's big because it only stacked to 10 previously. It now stacks to 25, which is good because you go through a lot of plastic when you start getting into some of the later game stuff. The watermill build cost has been updated. Now requires 25 aluminum and 25 cobalt, but no more iron. The watermill trade tech now costs 2,500 coins instead of 1,500. So they increased the price on it. That's going to be a little bit of a grind. You're going to have to really work to get that watermill, but it is worth it once you get it for all that extra electricity that's going to give you. The elevator frame cost has also been updated to include 15 cobalt ingots. There's been lots of other fixes that were kind of happening in the game, just like small fixes that were people would see in their games that I didn't really see too much of. But one of the big ones is that AI wouldn't detect players in certain POIs. That's fixed, so there's no more hiding in some of the POIs that we were hiding on. We'll have to see if that's still a thing. I used to kind of hide on the rooftops. We'll see what it does now. All right, the big thing, like we said, is the lore. There's a lore journal. We'll check it out in-game in just a second. Pretty cool. It's just got the first one in there, Missing Son, and then I guess as you go, you'll start learning some more going through here. So I'm very excited to see some of the story stuff, some of the other stuff in this game. I believe there's been a few settings changes as well. Thunder and lightning. Tree respawn, you can just turn it off. Village map icons on or off. And you can turn loot respawn to off, which, oh my God, that would be a very difficult loop without the loot respawning. So I'm very interested in that one. Some other cool stuff in there, obviously we've seen before, nothing big there. There is a picture of the melon crates. There is the new mixers. We'll take a look at those in-game in just a second. There's the new bar counters. There's the new candle lighting, looking good. And then when you go to the trader to purchase the ATV trailer location, you can now get the ATV location as well. So pretty cool there. Mike's location got added up to more areas as well. Let's jump back into the game and do a super quick look. Okay, as we said, there was a couple things added to the game. I threw some electric stuff over here thinking I could connect it, but this is like a brand new save. This does require a brand new save in order to jump into it, but here's a couple of the items. We've got down that's the advanced one. We've got the clay mixer, so you just add water, add clay soil, and then it makes that over time. Very cool. We'll have to do that in our other saves so we can really check it out. And then same thing for this one. It can just hold more. It's going to make a lot more. So that's awesome. So that's the new one. Let's go ahead and check out some of the other things that they added here. Construction. Would it be under decor, maybe? Furniture. Let's see if we can find it in here. I know we got the lighting. So a couple new lights. So we've got the new candle lamps. So like that. We've got placeable furniture lighting. We've got the wall lamps. Oh, that looks awesome. That will be great. That's a good addition right there. Look at that. And they're candles, so you can actually light them up without electricity. Awesome. Kind of sticks with the look of this game a lot better. And then furniture, lighting, and the last one was the ceiling lamp. I don't actually have anything to hang it off of, so we'll just put it off there. There you go. Kind of floating a little because it's not on a ceiling like it's supposed to be. There you go. And that's how that one looks. Very, very cool. All right, let's keep going down the list here. Decor, furniture. See if we can find this one. I'm assuming... Here we go. It's underneath the living room section, and we've got bar counter short. This just gives you more variety as you're building things. These look pretty good. I like these. It'll definitely add a little bit more variety as you're building some stuff throughout your base. Probably can't line it up very well because we're not good at that. And then the longer version, furniture, living room, and there's the long version. There you go. Very cool. Not accessible. They're literally just actual bars, unlike the actual drawers that you can put in the kitchen area. So there's those. And then the other thing was the lore section that we talked about. If you hit the J button, it's going to bring up your journal for all your missions, all of your available tasks over here on the left side. You can kind of work through these at any pace and go through whichever ones you want to in whichever order. And then if you look up on the very top right, you've got the tutorial journal, and then you've got the lore journal. We've got the missing son. So if you click that, it's going to give you the first bit of lore journal. After 6 months of silence, I got an email from my son, coordinates, a few small details, and his childhood nickname. An island, a lighthouse on the south tip. No other contact, just the email. I have to know what happened. So assumably, it's talking about the lighthouse, so we need to go all the way down to the lighthouse, which of course we got unlucky and spawned on the exact opposite side of everything. So kind of interesting. That's a long ways away. I don't think... Right now, none of the POIs are really showing on the map. So I don't know exactly where some of the new stuff is. We could run around and look for it, but I think we want to save that for our actual gameplay so we can do it as we go. I think that'll be a lot of fun. Okay, so in that first section where it's village map icons, we're going to enable that and see what it looks like. Okay, we got even less luckily on the second spawn here, but now you can see all of the actual locations for the towns. Kind of see if there's any ones that pop out as new to me. I don't think so. I think those were there. Those might be, but I don't remember, honestly. Okay. Don't think there's anything different. I'm going to spawn one more time. Hope we get closer to that bottom part. Let's go find out. Hey, the next few seconds after this are kind of spoiler related. So quick spoiler alert. If you guys don't want to see the next lore page, kind of how to get to it and where that's at, go ahead and kill the video now. If you want to see the how to get to the beta stuff, click a little bit later in the video. I'll have the tags ready down below. Okay, so the lore pointed us kind of over here. I don't know if we're actually going to find something here, but let's go ahead and go check it out. This is actually kind of funny because this is a previous starting point. This used to be where you would start on the map. So this was like the generic start for everybody. Now it's a random start across the map. So kind of interesting. I'm just going to do a quick peek through here, see if we see anything crazy. Okay, this looks like it's a lore note. So obviously, spoiler alert once again for this one. If you guys don't want to know what it says next, as it leads you kind of through these things, look like you can, oh, don't destroy. Just go ahead and pick it up. Things are going pretty great out there. The weather's been cleared. The fishing's been solid. I'm glad we took a chance and changed our camping plans. Everyone's talking about heading north tomorrow. They've got some new gear to try out and want to find a pond or lake. Okay, so that would lead you probably, honestly, to this spot here. Oh my God, there's some starter stuff here. This is kind of amazing. That is a big, big thing. All right, very cool. Ingots, nice. Get you an ingot early on, very nice. Okay, cool. All right, that's it, man. So I just kind of want to check it out, see what the early lore stuff is looking like. They definitely changed this one up a little bit. Oh, there's one of those lamps right there. So we might actually have lighting in some of the POIs, which I think is absolutely amazing. But there you go. Let me know what you guys think of the version 24. We'll be starting our brand new playthrough on this tomorrow. We will be continuing our old playthrough. We'll kind of continue through at least another week or two of that as we work towards day 150 and getting all of our building done, being completely done with that build and having everything purchased, everything built, and have a pretty nice little base going. So we'll definitely get back to that, and then we'll be doing the new playthrough pretty much daily over the next couple weeks. So let me know what you guys think. Version 24 beta path right now. You have to start a new save for it, so that's one thing to keep in mind, which is why we're going to be doing that. But yeah, I'm excited to kind of check this out, man. See you guys in the next one. Okay, as we said earlier, in order to actually enable this update, you basically need to go into your game options here. So if you right-click the game in Steam and go to Properties, and then you go down under Betas and you change the beta participation into the beta branch. So beta branch, bam, it'll queue a little update for the game. Now, if you look at your game here in your library, it should say beta next to it. And when we open it, You should see up on the top left side where it says V24. That's how we know we're in the new version of the game. And as an added bonus, if you want to go into the game and kind of test some of the stuff out on your own, you just go down here where it says free build, technologies, and God mode. When you're starting a new game, change this to enabled for free build. Technologies are going to do disabled, so you don't have to have tech notes in order to build stuff. And then if you want to just make sure you don't die, go into God mode and enable, and then you get started into the game.